Hello and welcome to this FPL Gameweek 26 team selection video with me, Holly Shand, and with just 8 fixtures in the schedule, I've already made my transfers and taken a -4. Help me get this one to 500 likes and subscribe to the channel. Let's get into it. First of all, a little bit of an apology that I haven't posted any traditional long form videos recently. I was away one week. Then the next week, I did actually decide to play my wild card, but I didn't know what I was doing until quite late onto the deadline, and I didn't feel like I was in a position to give you a true flavour of my move. So I moved to the short form, and then last week it was the half-term juggle with the kids as well. But I'm back to it now, so thank you everyone for sticking with me. I still feel like I can back the strategy that I went with to wildcard in 24 and attack 25 with the bench boost. I did finish game week 25 on a green arrow, but to not hit 100 points having had 12 doublers and to kind of be in the same position as I was before I wildcarded feels a little bit disappointing. The only positive was that Haaland didn't absolutely haul to destroy me with all the triple captainers, but you literally couldn't make it up. De Bruyne only played one game for City. Jota and Darwin for Liverpool substituted in half-time of the first game, failed to reappear. So a little bit of a nightmare there. The double game week goalkeepers, Kaminski and Flecken, at least got me some points. Reguilon as well and Tony did very well. But the wild card meant that I released Saka and Watkins to attack the double, and both of them have had a very good couple of weeks, which has really cost me. I mean, Saka, 2 double-digit hauls in a row. Watkins with a 13-pointer last time out as well. Really highly owned players as well. So I think the players that I owned didn't quite hit the mark, and those that I didn't own did, and that's made it a difficult couple of weeks. But I've got no regrets on the strategy that I've gone for, and hopefully I can continue to reap the rewards of that over the next few game weeks, because we've got blank game week 26, we've got double game week 28 and blank game week 29 that I'm fairly well set up for now, so can't complain too much. Just to note then, the bench boost netted me 15 points, which was more than the score that Haaland got for his triple captainers. So it's nice to know that I've still got that triple captainship in the back pocket. Double game week 28 for Bournemouth. Solanke could be a potential option, but before that point we will know the blanks for game week 29 going into game week 27, and also have a little bit of a guess of maybe what the doubles look like down the line. So hopefully with a big picture I can really decide on when to play that triple captainship. I've still got the free hit as well, which I'm planning to use in another double game week towards the end of the season. Whether that works for 34 or 37 depending on the triple captainship, I don't know yet. There's a little bit of ambiguity in the schedule still to get through, but you know, we're in a good place. Transfer plans then, and because I was able to roll the free transfer, I went to this one with 2 free transfers, 0.4 million in the bank. Now, the plan was always to make 3 moves this week. I'd kind of priced everything up when I was on the wild card, and Jota and Darwin were going to be the key players to make way. Now, the fact that both of them have now picked up injuries makes them easier sells. Obviously, Liverpool have a nice fixture in game week 27, but then they play City in 28. No guaranteed fixture as yet in 29 either. The plan was to go from Jota to Bowen. However, Saka absolutely punishing me. And even though Arsenal don't have the utility in blank game week 29, I cannot afford to go without Saka in the meantime. So he's straight back in. Now, I did have the option to go from Darwin to Solanke to get him in for double game week 28, but I feel like looking at the broader schedule, particularly this week when Bournemouth play Man City, it made sense for me to go and get Watkins back for Forest at home. That was always the plan. The AI transfers on the hub suggested something similar this week, but to go with Solanke over Watkins, but that's not currently bearing in mind that blank game week 29 schedule either. Obviously, you can get your own recommended transfers from AI using the link in the description with a 7-day free trial. Now, didn't quite have the funds to afford this, so Virgil van Dijk is also leaving my squad, even with that goal last time out. That's not enough for him to keep his place. Too expensive. Liverpool got too many injuries at the moment. Alisson, a huge loss. And it's Pau Torres coming in again. I could have gone with a Bournemouth defender, could have possibly gone with a Wolves defender as well, but Pau Torres is the one that was on my mind. A nice fixture this week. Obviously, great utility going into blank game week 29, and hopefully a player that I can hold long term. So I have taken this -4 already. I was concerned Jota would drop in price last night. Saka did rise in price as predicted, and I could not afford to be priced out of these moves. So I went early, I pulled the trigger. I think it's probably the first time all season that I've made a transfer this early. However, when you've got exact funds, this is what you have to do. And you know, Saka and Watkins have really punished me the last few weeks, so I had to rectify that, and hopefully I'm now in a good place going into blank game week 29, where we've got, you know, all those Liverpool players blanking, as do Luton, Chelsea and Spurs. That -4 then has allowed to get me 11 players out for this week, but nothing on the bench. So it's Flecken in goal, Kaminsky obviously no fixture on my bench, and then I've doubled up on the Brentford defence, but West Ham away doesn't feel like the worst fixture right now. Then we've got Gabriel at home to Newcastle, high hopes for him. Pau at home to Forest and Branthwaite away at Brighton. Not too bad a lineup in that defence for this week. I would love to have a second Arsenal defender in there, but it's just not happening right this second. And then into the midfield, we've got De Bruyne, Foden and Saka. Concern with De Bruyne, having seen him miss the second game with a little bit of a niggle. Hopefully that's something he can recover from, but you know, had too many other fires to fight to deal with that this week, so I'm just going to cross my fingers that he's involved in some way. Richarlison and Barkley obviously on my bench without a fixture this week. Barkley's very much the 8th man in this attack now, and then up front it's Haaland, Tony and Watkins. Tony away at West Ham, I think that could be a good fixture for him. Still in form. Watkins home to Forest. Very excited to see what he can do. I think when it comes to captaincy, Watkins is a decent shout for the armband, as is Saka. But right now, I know Haaland's not been that prolific since returning from injury, but I'm still prepared to back him with the armband. His underlying numbers are very good. He's been unlucky. That's going to change at some point, and Bournemouth haven't exactly been a strong defensive force in recent games. So that -4 has taken my team rating up to 90%. It was way down in the 60s before that. Obviously not having any players on the bench, I am going to need a little bit of good fortune this week, but I won't be the only side without a bench. Some managers may only get 9 or 10 players out this week, which I think is fine if, you know, the players that you're holding on your bench are good for that bigger picture that we're working towards, with obviously the doubles in 28, the blanks in 29 as well. Predicted points 61.4. I'd absolutely take that. I was hoping for the 100 club last time out, didn't get there. But yeah, that's where I'm at with this team. If you've got any dilemmas about your own team, get in the comments then. I'll do my best to answer your questions. I will be back tomorrow with the press conference stream. That will be coming up at around 1 o'clock UK time, but I will finalise the time once we've got the press conference times. I did go early last week, so the link is already in the description to this video. So if you hit the notify button, that'll let you know if I go live early. Don't forget to like and subscribe on this one. Really close to 30k subs. Appreciate all your support after a little bit of a gap with the videos, but I promise that I'll be more consistent going into the next month. Thank you so much for watching.